Hey all, David Vancouvering here again. In my last little video, I talked about the different ways that delay incurs cost. And I wanted to talk a little bit now about the ways that we incur delay and that may be surprising. It's not just the stuff you're used to, which is like you're waiting for someone to do something, but actually the processes that we follow and the decisions we make can have a significant impact in ways that we might not expect. The one I want to talk about today is the exponential relationship between capacity and the length of your queue. So I don't know if you've noticed, like you're on a freeway and things are going fine, but just a small little delay, like someone rubbernecking or somebody being pulled over on the other side will slow everything down and can cause this big jam. And the more cars are on the road, the more easily this small little thing can turn into a big jam. Well, it turns out this is true also with processing software. We're not like a manufacturing floor where you can have every single part be exactly the same size and take just as long. You never know when a big thing is going to come in or a small thing is going to come in, and you never know how the arrival rate. It's a very stochastic system. And when you have systems like this, there is some math that is shown here that shows that as you approach 100% capacity, the length of your queue, your waiting time, goes to infinity, and it goes at a very rapid level from around 75–8%. It's a big curve up to 100%. And so you really don't want to get to a point of where you're very close to 100% capacity or even 80% capacity. Now, the surprising thing is that many leaders and managers feel, and actually all of us feel, like the best thing for a team to be doing is to be working as much as possible on stuff. But it turns out this can be very detrimental. One little glitch in the system, one big project that comes in, one bug that starts taking a long time to fix, and everything backs up. So it's much better to keep capacity closer to 75% and away from that big spike in the curve than getting close to it. Because when you get close to it, things can get out of control really quickly. So here's the question: is what's the best way to manage that capacity? And there's two ways you can do it. One is you can try and add more capacity as soon as you get close to that, and that can work. But people aren't like pods in a Kubernetes cluster. You can't just like shift them around to manage capacity. They like to stay in a team, and it's hard for them to get retrained. So adding capacity can be slow and problematic. And by the time you do it, it's kind of too late. The other thing is that you may not notice that there's a problem until it's too late if you're looking at how long things are taking or how much capacity you're at. It's much better to keep an eye on the queue length. And so really the best thing to do is to watch and manage the length of your queue, because both are related to each other. You can reduce the length of time by managing capacity, but you can also reduce the length of time by managing your queue. And in my next video, I'll talk to you a little bit about ways you can manage that queue.